Hi there, welcome to the Obachanchatter. Today is April the 2nd. I'm a couple days late with this by about 5. This is the recap for Southern Charm Season 10 Reunion Part 1. Okay, everybody's showing up. It's Molly's first reunion. Vinetta doesn't seem to want to see JT. They backstage, in their green rooms. Rod tells Austin that he forgot his cufflinks. So the men all look really handsome. They're sitting. The stage platform is based on Miss Racist Patricia's house. So we already know that would be the only way that Vanetta would get into anything that Miss Trisha owns is if it's a fake set. Cause I ain't never seen no black people at her house. So JT is the last person on the set, and nobody wants to say hi to him. Nobody's happy to see him. Andy says hi to him. So Madison comes out last, and they see her belly, and everybody's happy for her. She said, "Don't squeeze me too tight." Her breast is real tender. So Andy addresses everyone with a hello. He says he's happy to see that Madison is doing okay. What can she tell us? She having a girl. Andy says she's gonna have some great hair. And how's Hudson? She said he's very protective, and he says, "Mom, I've never seen you fat before." And she said, "Well, you will now." She said it was hard to keep it a secret. She felt like such a liar when she went out to hang with Craige. She wasn't not drinking because she was supporting him. She wasn't drinking because she was pregnant. So Vanessa is so excited for Madison. She about to cry. So Andy asked her was she surprised to see JT, and she said no. Andy tells Austin that no tells what's his name Chef that he's looking better, and everybody say he's doing better. So JT coming out, he cussing. He said I've been in my bitch mode and fuck boy. He just using all kinds of words. So he Andy still chit chatting. He said, "Hey, Tail ain't green." She said she liked when he said his whole name. He said she likes to say his whole name. Craige said he's fine. And he just keeps smiling. They say he smiled when he nervous, so he got a lot of nervous energy. So they start talking to Craige about his breakup with Madison. And he tell us, okay, she broke up with his ass after Thanksgiving, but he told us. But Andy said, "Then you didn't tell us the truth because you was on what's happened live or whatever his show is. You told us that she broke up with you at Christmas. So which is?" He said, "Well, I didn't feel like he was broke up because we were still talking to each other. I didn't want to face it. I didn't want to say it." He didn't tell Austin, but Austin said he kind of knew, and he said he was going to ask, but he didn't ask once he found out that they wasn't going to London together. He thought it was something sour in the milk. So he said I didn't ask him. I started to. So Craige said I didn't tell him because I didn't trust him. I couldn't tell him I didn't want it out yet. And then saying it out loud would make it true. That old bullshit. I think Craige is just a fucking liar. So anyway, um they talked about we talked about Shep and Sienna, and he did say she tried to buy him a house, and he said he ain't had no money. But like I said, she came offline and she said, "I ain't tell him to buy me no house. I wouldn't ask him to buy me a house. We passed the island. I said my parents used to have a house over there. I'd like to live over there, and I didn't ask him to buy me shit because I know he couldn't buy it." And they asked him how he felt about having his heart broken, and he said, you can turn it into something good. I don't know what. So him and Molly, they went out on a date to that prom shit, and he said they had sex once, and then they had sex again, but ain't gonna be no love match because Shep don't want her. She too old. He like young women, and she was kind of sloppy stuff down the stage. I even though I like Molly, I didn't like that outfit on her. I thought Vanessa looked like a disco ball. I ain't like all that shiny shit on her, but I did enjoy her hair. Sometimes I don't like all this natural shit like what I'm doing. Um, I thought that Taylor looked real nice. I like that dress on her. She said she don't have pictures of Shep in her phone, no timelines. You get rid of all that type of shit. And Shep said, if you what, I got some pictures I can send them. She said no. They got in JT. JT said that Craige lying. He didn't say the shit that that Craige said he's saying. And then him and Leva vouched for him too. She was like, the way you made it sound like when they called JT, when Madison and Brett called JT, was like, what was you wearing? Who was there? And where was you going? She said you made it sound like he was trying to say you was having an affair. He said that's not how it came to me. When I heard it, it sounded like he was they friends and it kind of fucked him up that they called him and he was looking for advice on what how he should handle it. But the way you saying like I know what I said, I stand fucking 1,000% down. And he was Levy, you talk more. He was cutting off. You talk more now than you did the whole season. Get to the point. How long did it take to answer the question? I'd be like, he wouldn't be talking to me like this. So them motherfuckers he must be doing some real scary shit. Cause I've been like, who the fuck are you talking to? It'll take me as long as I want. This ain't your shit. This ain't pillow talk or whatever the fuck that shit you do. This ain't your backyard. Tell me how long it takes me to answer something. And you was bullshitting. You put 100 on 20. He ain't say nothing. He ain't say nothing about having no affair. He said it was a weird ass call and he didn't know how to navigate it. Well, I stand 10 times on what I say. So then, you know, Madison, I don't like disliking people. I think you do. She was like, I was real close with him, and it wasn't like that. When we called him, it was this and that. And you shouldn't have went to the guys. You should have came to me. He said, I ain't know what to do. You a fucking girl, and your husband called me. Anyway, he was like, it ain't nothing. So anyway, they good. I don't want to talk about it because he wanted to say, well, what if it was my wife and she would have, and it's done with. It's over. So anyway, he said he was dating Vinetta, but he lied like a motherfucker because they said you hid your girlfriend JT for the whole season. He's like, no, I didn't. She knew I had a girl. I mean, I know she had, and then she said, and then I mean, she said, and then I knew she, but then no, I didn't. I mean, she knew, but I told her, no, didn't I? I didn't. I know. He was lying his ass off. You hit your girlfriend. So apparently he started dating Vinetta, but they ain't never sleep together. I don't believe that. But they said they ain't never slept together because they wanted to make sure it was right. So the girlfriend slid in her DMs and was calling her all kinds of rats and shit. And she was like, you need to handle it. And he said, I can't handle it. And she said, what the fuck you mean? I can't go jump on my girlfriend for jumping on you. So he said she didn't talk. He was calling her. He didn't talk to her for a week. And she said, no, I need to go get my phone. Because I don't know, if somebody lying. So she going to get her phone to prove who was lying and who wasn't lying. Leva says she don't go on cast trips. That's why, cause she married and she don't want no shit to be going on. I said, but he don't even go to functions where you ain't gotta go out of town. They had some shit right there local, and your husband still won't show up. So I don't know, girl. What else was there? Okay, with Shep. He ain't gonna date Molly. So Sienna has moved on. She messing with some NFL player who just got benched. Um, Craige still say he got Paige the ring and all that. She broke up with him, and she keeps saying we decided. He said we ain't decided shit. She decided to break up with him, and after 3 years, how hard it is. And then I'm going down to Brett don't got cancer no more, so everybody good with that. And she having a girl, and her father's name is Teddy, so she gonna do a playoff for Teddy for the girl, but either way, she just knows she immediately having a boy after she had this little girl, and she might use her father's name as Teddy for Teddy. Then they was asked, was you mad when your husband didn't tell you he was having a biopsy? And she was like, nah. She said, I kind of was, but I kind of wasn't. He was watching me, trying to deal with the fact that I lost my father because of cancer. So he wanted to make sure he could, not just tell me information, but give me information with the answer to it, with a conclusion. Um, they said Shep is better since he stopped drinking. He's more pleasant to be around. What else was there? Really, it wasn't really that hot. Taylor, she's still with Gaston. Molly, she's still kind of sucking up to Shep a little bit. She like Shep, but he don't like her. I can just tell. Rod didn't have very much to say. He was on the thing. He like a little instigator to me. I don't really like him. JT, he need to go home, and that was it. Really wasn't that. This part, this part wasn't that good. Let me make sure I got all my notes. It was alright. Let's see. Make sure I covered everything. Yeah, JT said that Vinetta ghosted him. That's when she go get the phone to get the message. So, they was dating her and JT, and she said they was going out almost every day, and then that girlfriend called her a rat, and then they was asking. Then Andy asked that stupid ass question, why you had to tell about your shit on social media, your relationship, and they was like, duh. The ladies was like, duh, because he had to. He was doing some bullshit. So, Andy said you did a fuckboy exorcism and seemed like it worked on them but didn't work on you. But the demon went to you. He said, well, I don't think that's true because I didn't fuck Vinetta. I was like, that was real crass to say. I think even Madison agreed with that. What else do we have? It wasn't. Madison said him saying it was disgusting. I believe. I concur. So listen, that's all I got. Oh, when Andy asked Craige about Madison, the fucking vase fell, and that was supposed to be like this red flag. But again, like I said, Austin said he knew they broke up. He just ain't say nothing. And then he Dag Shep how he knew. He talking about, well, I was in the middle of the Egyptian Nile rowboat. That was like, what the fuck I got to do anything? Where was you at when you heard? Oh, he said I got a text from Rod. That shit was funny too. So listen, you could have been anywhere, but you was here with me for 13 minutes and 10 seconds, and I love you for it. And come back and see me because I still got 2 more recaps to do. Bye now.